is the adolescent in his place, her place on the land. It's a rather odd shot, but I did not take this picture, another adolescent took it. But the fact of the matter is that adolescent's going through a process that's not only natural to interrelatedness and social life, it's also related to history. Going from the present historian to the past. So that the cradle of civilization, which is agriculture, is discovered on the land. And talked about. Talked about in this way, that something comes out of you. If you remember Our Town, the play Our Town, something is in my bones, the stage manager says when he walks under the stars. Something is in my bones. That's the way it is with the adolescent. And the adolescent's emotions, as you well know, is on the surface of the body. So the same song is sung in many ways. Self-expression is one of the main features of adolescence. Physical expression, body expression, sports also. Sports, even on the farm, are important. And the farms I've seen in this region have big fields. I want to tell you about something that is a big flow maker. Flow maker is the land. And here you see a typical pattern here around an open farm commons is a natural environment. So that chart, the interdependency chart, here's where we all are in the human world. But we can get out. It's the same principles. And that really, the work on the land, you know, my wife really is a gardener and gardens all the time, night and day and night. And she is so attached. I don't think we can ever move. We live on 20 acres near the farm school. I don't think we can ever move because she works on this land. Working on the land is not only flow making, but it's building a bond. And the adolescents respond well to this most of the time. So we set up occupations of work. Look at these adolescents feeling the importance and dignity and joy of accomplishing something in a safe environment. Now, like the cow occupation project is an excellent example of their fascination with animals. This particular cow is artificially inseminated during the cow occupation project, which is really, really fascinating. But generally speaking, even gardening with an adult, you see, where's the adult in this picture? Hard to know, right? But we all found the adult, he's right here. Side by side, the adult. I did the archaeology unit, food preservation. Oh, and this boy is building a sugar shack. And the sugar shack, his task, his flow is so great, he's probably going to saw himself off. So what does a sugar shack occupation look like? There we start with the whole farm and its aspects. That's the bioshelter, which is operated by photovoltaic cells on top of that barn. There's another picture of the bioshelter. This is one of the aspects of the environment in which we'll do our occupation. This young lady is harvesting spices for lunch. He's getting the salad. She's growing by hydroponics. This fellow is harvesting honey. And of course, every aspect of nutrition and food preservation is an academic study. So another thing happens. Not only do we connect to nature, but we also connect learning to that land and land activities. This is a genius thought by Maria Montessori. Here they're looking at small invertebrates. Here they're breaking up muskrat houses that are polluting the pond. But every physical work that they do is connected to a study. Wastewater treatment, water quality, watershed issues, river study. So the pond is the center of activity, but it emanates diversity of species, muskrats and beavers, bacterial levels. These are all studies that come on top of an occupational experience. What would bridge building provide academically? Pardon me? Engineering. engineering. You're from the United Kingdom?
I am,
Unfortunately. Could you come up and explain that statement? Okay. Okay. Well, you got it. Compression, tension, dead load, live load. And these pictures, when I show them about harvesting maple syrup, I think they're some of the most beautiful pictures of adolescence. There's your spiritual aspect, right there, doing work side by side, doing something useful, doing something social, doing something for the sake of making a product where I can say, I am the sugar maple artist. I am the bridge builder. These go fundamentally to the soul. That's what I meant when I said they're spiritual. Academic lessons are all listed. And if you look closely, I always ask the audience this. If you've been in my audience before, I know you're bored to tears by now, but this dendrochronology, what do you think that means? Pardon me? Say it loud.
Study of trees.
What aspect of trees? Yeah, counting the rings on the tree and aging them. But this becomes part and parcel of the making, tapping of maple sap from the maple tree. So everything has its lesson. I don't know if this is going to work. I love this picture because this shows, again, the adult, the child. Look at I knew this boy. Look at his sincerity about being involved. Look at the dignity of standing up and doing something. Now I have a shot, I think, from Mexico that may come up and it may not. Please don't be disappointed if I can't get it to work. I can't get it to work. The person who said, oh, leave the room at this point. Okay. So we have these aspects. We're not asking adolescents to be observers or interviewing people about their work. We're not giving them tokenistic work. It's vital work about the farm. Real responsibilities. Now, real responsibilities is right here. This is crossing the river Styx. This is a space where if you take your being, your adolescent being, and you give them real responsibilities, it changes them. I always use the example of Henry V, who in the play Henry IV is putting, is out with getting debauched with Falstaff and, chasing skirts. And somebody gives him a paper, he's going to be king, right? He's not king yet. Somebody gives him a paper crown. He puts the paper crown on his head. And all of a sudden, he's transformed. He's king of England. He's responsible. He backs away from his drinking and gives a monologue about being king of England. Ditto for adolescents. They're just like that. Give them a real, not a fake responsibility, but even in the United Kingdom, give them a real responsibility, and something transforms them. Like the microeconomy, everything has a value on the farm. So they sell. You see this child here? He's in the state of flow. He wants money. Reaching out for money. Adolescents go into the state of flow around money. Do you know what I mean? If you've had adolescents? But here it is, the growing of food is not just for value, it's to eat ourselves. And usually there's a debate about what we sell versus what we eat ourselves. The sheer joy of seeing the economy of food and a food system, a wholesome food system, and then selling the food is really special. I'd like you to take a quick look at this, the integration of natural energy on the farm. You see in the foreground there's a furnace, wood furnace, that is called renewable fuel. They take the blowdown of the trees, line it up, and they really feel the energy. Over here is a photovoltaic cell, and there it is. That supplies the bioshelter. They actually built this bioshelter. I was part of the initial occupations, which was very, very exciting to get the solar orientation and to set up the different systems of nurturing. This is a very interesting piece here. This is a plant bed that's fueled by cow manure. Cow manure is in this chamber here. It goes through a pipe. It's piped into a stone medium that heats the soil. Now, that's a scientific experiment. It is also a survival aspect in terms of making food on the farm. There are the doors in which the compost is shoveled in. And I remember when we installed the composting toilet, there was a little bit of reluctance to use it. So when a student actually closed that door and used that toilet, usually there was a standing ovation around when he came out. And we had to stop. To show you that you're not alone, that you're not alone in this endeavor of Erdkinder. This is Cindy. There's the natural world on either side. This is believe it or not, Terry Hills is a suburb. This is Terry Hills here, and the farm is located here. So again, the human world, natural world, natural world. A little closer. Here you see the PVC pipe that prevents the runoff from the man-made world to go into the pristine natural world which is around it. So this is a lesson right there. If you have a natural world, I'm looking at farms on your behalf today, and I said, where's the natural world? Where's the forest? Where's the unspoiled nature? Pristine nature hardly exists. But where is the unspoiled part? Mexico? I like Mexico's work with young people. And you see this soil is black. That's actually volcanic material on top of topsoil. And to plant their garden, they had to go into that volcanic material and dig it out, and they insisted that they do it by hand. Now maybe, I don't know, everything seems to be missing on this. I'll try. Sorry. Sweden, there's the farm, the human cultivation, the natural world. I'm going to go through this quickly at this point. They don't have North American liability issues. They worked on their house. They gutted the house and redid the interior. Farm manager went to our farm school, Leonard. The potato field, the schoolhouse. There's myself a couple years ago, encouraging them to take the Erdkinder full tilt into their school. History machines, part of the prepared environment of the Erdkinder. Hand tools, more of the potato field, and the natural world around. Nice scene, huh? I liked it. And I love adolescents. They are so adult-like, very funny, incomplete, delightfully incomplete, but thinking they're complete and wanting to tell you about what they're learning. Jackie works at this school, the person I introduced. This is if you're a little bit urban, you don't make it all the way out to the farm. It's easy. Jackie could probably give a whole lecture on this, and she's going to be very disappointed that I'm glossing over it right now. Building a kitchen. Kitchens and farms go together. Harvest is cooking the harvest. This is in a suburb of Atlanta, and there's the harvest. And they built this kitchen themselves. So I guess I want to end with this picture of the work ethic of an adolescent. These are 15 and 16-year-olds that I took to New Orleans for, Building for Humanity, Habitat for Humanity. And look at how they work. I'm going to show you 2 examples of this, and we'll call it a night. But you can ask some questions about it, because this may be, you should get up right now, turn to John Freeman, and John Freeman, make this environment for us. Make it happen, John. Tyler over there, who said his flow was at 3:30 in the morning, he's an architect looking also at this project. This is going to be a reality here. Anyway, watch these adolescents in the state of flow, social flow. being adolescent. So, ladies and gentlemen, visiting adolescents, visiting elementary age, children, whatever your age is. Are you, what age? I won't guess your age, that's very dangerous. I knew you were 8 years old. That's very mature. Okay. If we make an environment that fits the qualifications for flow in the adolescent, if we bring them into a social medium, both with themselves and with adults and with significant individuals outside the school community, if we connect to the fundamental instinct, the spiritual life of the spiritual inclinations of the adolescent to do good and to find their place in the world, how can you not afford to do Erdkinder, the land school? Thank you very much. I know you all want to line up. You all, wait, this has been off the whole time. You all want to line up, right? Come up front and you ask a question. Would you like to start? Aren't you going to? Okay. You were very polite about rejecting my offer. Who would like to ask a question? Something that's been welling up